Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share with you the cleaning routine for my 54-liter tank or the 14-gallon tank if you are from the US, which I use for guppies and neocaradina shrimp. We'll do a deep dive, pun intended, into cutting plants, propagating plants, planting the cutlings, siphoning the dirt, cleaning the front glass and refilling the tank. And first we'll start with cutting the plants. I want to show you which plants I have in my tank and also which tools I use. So the first kind of plant that I put in this tank roughly a year ago is this small tank on the bottom left, Staurogyne repens. I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly, sorry. They didn't do well at all. They did not die, but they also didn't really grow. So for me in this tank setup, it's not a really a good or suitable plant. I leave them in there. They survive. Maybe they will do good in my next tank. Next, I have this plant that you can see on the right-hand side here. It grows insane, like super easy to care. It's called Hygrophila corymbosa stricta. Super fast growth. Also, you just cut them off, let them flow into the open water, and they will grow roots instantly. Super easy plant. Super great for beginners. Next, we have marsh mermaid weed. You can also see the scientific name down there. Also, steady growth. Looks very beautiful. Also, they get red tips sometimes, which also looks really nice. Also, I have cryptocorenes in there. Can't propagate him today, but we'll do that in another video. They also do really well for 15 years already. Alright, so let's dive right into it. So when you want to propagate plants, it always works with plants that are segmented like this. So you see the structure, they look like, I don't know, like a corn crop or something. And they are always, there's two leaves or 4 leaves, and they are built in these segments. So basically you can cut off every segment and propagate them. So just plant them into the soil afterwards and it works just fine. Remember, always keep them wet while you propagate them because they are water plants. They will die if you don't keep them wet. But 5 minutes or something like this is just fine. And then I'd like to take, so you could basically just cut every single one of them, but I don't want to do that because I want it for my big tank later on. So I just cut it here, and because you have to put it into the soil and it has to hold, I like to cut them in this way. So don't cut off the whole leaf here, just cut it off here. Now what you can see is these two little things here. They make it way easier for you to put the plant into the soil later. So these two things, they work like hooks, so the plant doesn't flow out of the soil in the end. These two leaves, you cannot propagate them. You can just put them back into the tank, and the snails and animals will degrade them. Here, the same way of doing it. Just put those two, cut off those two lower leaves, maybe a little more. And those two leaves, you can throw them away, you can put them in your tank. I actually like to put them into one of my small ecosystems, and isopods and snails will degrade them super easily. So it all stays in a cycle. So now we have our first two cutlings. Let's continue, just the same way. Alright, and there you go. This is how you cut off the plants. Next video we will put them back into the soil and actually also plant them into pots and grow them without water at all. Alright guys, next step, we take the small plant thingies that we cut off in the last video and we'll just plant them into the soil. It's very easy. These cheap tools here, they are super cheap and they will change your life. If you don't have them, don't ever try to put plants in with your hands. It doesn't work. You will destroy the plants. Just put them in here and put them into the soil. If it doesn't work with this one, a larger one that creates a larger hole in the soil in the end. So where is it? This one. Sometimes you have to try to move it in here a little bit. Usually it should hold. See? No problem at all. Now, I don't want to plant all of them in here because it's already quite crowded, as you can see, and quite green, and I also want my fish to have some room to swim. So I'm only going to plant this one and then another small one, and the rest of the plants I'm going to put into my other tank to store them for my next setup. Because this here is a 50-liter tank, the next one will be a 240-liter tank, and I want to have enough plants for the next one. And I'm a half Swabian, so I like to save some money where I can. And plants are super expensive, that's why I like to propagate them myself. That's why you should propagate your own plants as well. So last one in here. Let's make sure it holds. And it doesn't hold. Yeah, this one is too thick for these small plants. Change again. My tool here. Just take this more smaller one. Put it in here. Put some soil above it. And there you go. Super easy. Let's clean our tank a little bit. As I said in the first video, this tank doesn't have a filter. It only has this small pump, which is not a filter. Only has this mesh around it, which is just another way to save some money. But it doesn't filter the water. So if you have fish and you feed them, you will occasionally have to clean the water with such a pipe here. Actually, you don't have to. It's just, I want the aquarium to look nice. I don't want dirt all over the place. So you can see here, maybe I can show you with this thing here. There's some dirt in the aquarium. Doesn't look nice. The animals, for them it's not dangerous or anything. They actually like it. But for me, for the eye, it doesn't look nice. So I just want to clean it up a little bit. You have to do this maybe every other month, so once in 8 weeks. Just take this pipe here, put it in. Now this is the bit disgusting part. Just soak it. Now try not to get any shrimp or any guppy or something. Because this will really hurt the animals. Just try to get as much dirt as possible. There are no baby guppies, so that's not a problem. But since I noticed that there's a baby shrimp here, probably cannot see it on the bigger camera, but I will just take a video of it with this one, cut it in later. It's very important to make sure that you don't flush them down the toilet. Also snails and everything, I really watch out for these little animals that they are not flushed down the toilet. And see, there's probably his mom or his dad. His or her, I can't tell the sex yet. But as I said, watch out to not flush them down. So when you put this dirty water later down your drain, just use a net or something. This is very important, otherwise you kill the little guys. Alright, next step in our cleaning routine. I use these razor blades here. Super cheap. You have to watch out a little bit not to hurt yourself. but I thought it really works nice with these blades. Just put a little bit of water on it. Now there's not a lot of dirt on this glass here. I like to keep it clean anyways. There's no black holes in this tank, so you really sometimes have to clean it with these razors. Again, that's something that I like to do because I like to have a look into the tank. You don't need to do this because actually for the animals it's great. The algae film is great for the animals. They like to munch on the algae. This is one of their main parts of their nutrition is algae. It's very healthy for them. It's live food for them, so it's not like the flakes that you feed them. It's not dried up and stored for months or years. It's just actual live food that they eat and that they flourish on. And the more surface you create in your tank, so the more leaves you have, the more plants, the more hardscape, the more light you have, the more algae will grow, and the better your inhabitants in your tank will feel. Now you don't want an algae bloom, of course. You don't want too many or too much algae in your tank. But if you have a lot of algae, your tank inhabitants usually will love it. Maybe not the carnivorous ones, but definitely the herbivores, they will love it. And all of them are herbivores or omnivores at least. All fish are omnivores. All fish eat meat. Some of them also eat plants, such as guppies. They love plants. They are big algae eaters, so the more algae is the better. But as I said, I like to keep a look into the tank. That's why I clean it. And you can also check out how it looks when you don't clean it. You just check out the back of the tank. Oh shit. Just check out the back of the tank here. Huge algae bloom. Right? That's what I like actually. Looks good as a background. I'm not sure if you can see it. Looks good as a background. It's also very healthy for the tank. My animals love it, and to me, I don't care. Because you still can have a look into the tank, they munch on it, and yeah, so everyone's happy. Alright. Last step in our cleaning routine, just fill up the tank with water again. And I like to use hardscape in the tank as a barrier, so you don't stir up too much sediment or something. Just pour it in slowly, it's no rush. And also to not disturb the animals too much. Because it's new water for them, it's cold or warmer, has a different temperature, also has different nutrients, different minerals probably in there. Maybe it's less or more hard, you never know if you don't check it live, which I don't. So just pour it in slowly and try not to stir up too many sediments. Right? Continue with this until it's filled up. Alright friends, so if you've enjoyed this video and if it was helpful for you, if I gave you some helpful tips, please like and subscribe. It really helps me a lot with my YouTube channel. I'm at the very beginning of my journey, but this can really help a lot, and please also consider to comment. Thank you guys, bye bye.